Hi guys, my name is Matt. I'm just uploading this video to YouTube. I wanted to talk about a couple things. This is off my phone, no camera editing software or anything. I just don't have time. Kind of just been wallowing with it for a while. I want to talk about probably a big issue that's been going on for a lot of people. It's called depression, mental illness, and stuff that I'm currently dealing with. I'm a healthcare worker. I worked at the initial wave of the outbreak with COVID. I've been, a long time battler with depression. So there's a couple things I would like to talk about. It's what I've got and what I can try to help you people that are struggling right now. I'm kind of going through a lull right now. I've been feeling pretty good for the last few months. So obviously trauma is a big thing. I worked at this facility for about three and a half months, working probably anywhere between 70 to 90 hours a week. And what I realized is, in time and in therapy, that a lot of things called post-traumatic stress syndrome, that you get such in a fight or flight situation, that there's things that we suppress because we don't have time to alleviate or to work through some of these stresses. So the amount and they build up on your shoulders and on your shoulder and on your shoulders, and they get higher and higher and higher. And what happened was, I did my 3 months. I went back to, just a lot of bad stuff, and I'm very sorry for a lot of patients that passed away. I apologize for being scatterbrained just a lot, and I should organize this better, but it's kind of off the cuff. We struggle every day. I know mental illness is on the uprise, and it's unfortunate, but I know currently with the situation that's going on, the one thing that the news isn't talking about is how suicide rates are going through the roof. Not only healthcare workers, but people that lost their jobs, people that don't feel like they're either men or women anymore because they have lost their jobs or their lack of income, trying to provide for their family. So, sorry for just getting back and forth, but I figured this is as authentic as it comes, kind of from the brain. So I got back to my job, saving lives. It's what we do. I got back to my regular hospital, and the first day I got back after I had about, I think, 2 weeks off, I put in right around my birthday to take a week off, 2 weeks off, to try to get myself back together. And my first day back, I snapped. And then the third day, I totally just blew my lid right off. I think being in the trenches with a lot of amazing people and the high stress in the fight or flight situation changed me, I'd say, for the better or for worse. But there's a lot of things that I don't think I realized that I could handle or couldn't handle. But not only that, is I really had no time to work through things because there was no gyms opening to try to help with stress. Trying to talk to people to try to check in on others to see how they're doing, but because we're all under the same boat currently as healthcare workers, there was a lot going on for a lot of people. I documented a lot of things about how I felt, my feelings, and my ongoing battles. So when I got back to my hospital that I normally work at, my supervisor pulled me in and says, "Man, you're not okay." I go, "No, I'm not." I had my resignation ready to give to my supervisor, and I was just ready to quit. And very thankfully, for her, she was very understanding and said, "Hey, you've been through some stuff, so you need some time to heal. You need some time." And the biggest thing is, I found therapy, and I started doing therapy, and I realized there was more underlying issues than I initially realized. And depression is, like I said, on the uprise, and I think mental illness is no longer an asterisk to people that you just think you're making it up, or it's you're just full of it. You're just trying to get a card to make people feel bad for you, and realizing that a lot of things kind of create to what we are, and to understand what we need to be as human beings, but what we need to do is to understand ourselves. So, fortunately for me, my therapy has been free because it's been covered by the hospital. I know that's not the case for everybody, and my battle still continues. I thought I was doing well, and then in September, Labor Day weekend, I went to the psych ward. I was on observation for suicide watch. I went out one day trying to get back to life, and I couldn't stop sobbing. I just felt like this darkness over my body, and I could not stop crying and sobbing. And I texted one of the nurses I work with, and I said, I'm not good. I'm not good alone. I just can't be alone right now. I have my cat, but that's not a person. It's not the same, but it is the same. Animals are very good at understanding you, which I've been very thankful for the summer I had off to try to rebalance. So I got there, and I checked in the emergency room that I work at, and basically for suicide watch, you're going to take everything out of the room, because you're a harm to yourself, even though you just say it and maybe feel it. It's better to, that's what it is. They're going to take everything out. They're going to make sure you're okay. They're going to have somebody watch you, take off all your stuff, put you in a gown. But I'm very thankful to have amazing people that I know and I can talk to. So now, a little bit about my story, that, the brief. I'm going to try to give you some stuff so you guys hopefully can help you understand what you can do to be successful in battling with depression, anxiety, mental illness, bipolar, post-traumatic. I'm not saying I'm a therapist. I'm just saying, this is my experience from one human being, so hopefully I can help someone that's in need right now to not be another stat. I don't want to see you, in a body bag. I want you to be there with your friends and family and your animals, your loved ones, in your job that, that we have to go to. I want you to be there for your kids. I want you to be there for your spouse. I've seen too many people, and I've been there a couple times, last summer, had a knife to my wrist. The rock bottom of it was my depression got so bad I thought the only way is to end it. And I was one of my friend's goodbye parties, was that day. And for whatever reason, I just felt like the knife was the answer. I was just washing dishes, and I had the knife to my wrist, and I wanted to cut myself, and I realized I couldn't do it. And then I realized, life was worth living for, because the people that do commit suicide are the ones that have had it at wit's end. Those are the people that have really gone over the cliff. And ultimately, for a temporary problem, they use the permanent solution. And we'll never get our friends or family back because of that. And like I said, between working at the hospital, working at ER, and working at a lot of locations, I've seen and lost and experienced and grieved too many losses in my life, and I don't want you to be one of those. You're a beautiful person. You're an amazing human being. So now that I'm done rambling, as I said for the 5th time, I'm going to give you guys some tips, and I hope this works. So let's start with number 1. Support group. I don't care how many people you have. Find 2 or 3 people that can be a support group. You need that. If you're feeling down, you're feeling awful, you just need to talk to somebody, let it out. Support group. I don't care if it's Joe Blow down the street, a coworker, family member. You can't let that bad juju build inside you and just eat you from the inside out. I know it's hard, depression, you don't want to do a lot. It's not the days of laying in bed, it's the days that you're not there, you're just empty. And I get that, the void. You just go in life with a blank stare and no emotion. You don't feel anything. You just want to cry, and you're cold and you're numb, and every bad feeling, negative energy, negative feeling that you have, wrapped in you, and you just feel like you're a burden. And that's the worst, is when you feel like a burden. You're an amazing human being. I love you. If no one's told that today to you, I love you. I want people to be there for you. I want you there to be for each other. That's how life works. We gotta help to give our hand to other people day by day. And the next step, it's what I learned in therapy, is you gotta give yourself permission to heal. And what do I mean by permission to heal? It's to accept things that you can't change. Childhood trauma, past traumas, your ongoing battle now. That not all is lost. You have to give yourself permission to heal. As much as it doesn't make sense that you have to give yourself permission to heal, you have to. You have to know internally that I am tired of hurting. I want to be whole again. I want to feel great again. I want to feel like me. And that's the biggest step, is giving yourself permission to heal. And that's been one thing that my therapist has taught me through my post-traumatic, of what I've experienced, and to understand my own well-being, and to understand the human that I am. There's a lot of things that we can't change and we can't fix, and we can't manipulate everything as much as we want it to go in our favor. The quote says, you just gotta let the cards fall where they may. And as much as we don't want that to do that, I'm very much of a person, I want to dictate everything. I want to take control, because I don't want the variance. I want concrete. I need something stable. That's how I am. And the third thing, therapy. You get your friends. There's a lot more things to talk about. And I'm just saying, therapy is a place that I've been able to talk about my deepest, darkest secrets, or just how I feel on a general day basis. And it's okay. A therapist is there to help you, not to judge you. It's just like talking to your doctor. Doctor won't judge you. For a primary care, healthcare, we're not there to judge you. We're there to help you. Okay. Empathy is the biggest thing that a human can have, that I know some people can't understand or lack it. And that's not to make them bad people. It's just sometimes I'm actually very jealous of that, because I carry a lot of other people's feelings on my shoulders, and good, bad, or indifferent. That's just who I am. Even talking to my father, I get it from him. He's a guy that would get the shirt off his back, and he cares about absolutely everybody. And for that, I'm very blessed to have such a great man in my life like that. So you got your support group, you got your permission to heal, and remember that, permission to heal, biggest thing. Get your support group, couple people, got your therapy, and then to each is their own, but medications. I was taken, after my first wave of pretty bad depression a few years ago, probably about 3-4 years ago now. I started taking meds, and I felt every side effect from it. And obviously it hurt a relationship I was in, because I was a zombie. Is it good for everybody? No. But sometimes the side effects are massive weight gain, which is where I'm at right now. The one medication that I'm on right now, it caused severe weight gain, which is frustrating. But talking to my support group, my therapist, but also on myself, that does the healthy mind outweigh the weight? Yeah, because I don't want to feel like a train wreck every day, even though I'm kind of feeling like that today and yesterday. We all have ups and downs. Things aren't always as good as they are going to be. We got to remember there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And number 4 is, you got to love yourself. Love who you are. Accept who you are. Depression is not a stigma or a bad thing. Depression is something that makes us, we're humans. I have an addictive personality. Things that make me feel good make me feel good. But, love yourself. You have to love yourself. Because in this world, no one is. No one else is. It's not to be cold or sad about it. It's the best feeling you can do is to wake up, look in the mirror, go, I'm handsome, I'm beautiful. It's going to be a great day. And then you got to starting with those small steps of positivity, and then, take that to the gradual bigger steps. Like, for instance, you got out of bed. That's a big step. You got out of bed. You probably haven't got out of bed in 2-3 days. Awesome. Proud of you. Remember that. It's a big step to get out of bed. Start eating again. Start drinking water. And the thing is, too, just try to get that body going. Start taking walks. Try to get in some of that fresh air. And then the other thing, too, is like with social media, screw what everybody else thinks of you. I wouldn't say don't value their opinion, but the people that are going to cut you down are jealous because of what you have. And I'm about unity and helping each other, but there's just some people that are very negative, that are weeds, that will not help your tree grow. And you got to remember that. You come first. And this is the biggest thing I cannot stress enough, which has taken me all of my 31 and a half years of being alive as such a people pleaser and person that wants to do everything for everybody. I can't tell you how many times I've sacrificed my own needs, which is probably why they put me in the condition that I was in, but also probably why I chose the job that I wanted to be at, to take care of patients and to help people and get to save lives. And I get to see something that I actually put time in is to help people. That's awesome. It's one of the greatest feelings I've ever gotten to do. The nirvana of we got to do it as a team. That's fascinating. And when everyone works together, great. But I want you to know that. Take care of you. Appreciate yourself. Small steps. The Great Wall wasn't built overnight. Everything takes time. But then you'll build confidence and you'll start feeling better. But like I said, you'll have the support, you'll have the therapy. You can talk about things not feeling well. Talk to a peer. There's a lot more things like, subreddit groups. Just people in general. Like I said, I'm not a therapist. I'm just a person that's been struggling with it. There's just some things that I wish I could have told people sooner in life, the ones that ultimately are no longer with us, and that makes me feel very sad. There's a lot going on every day, and don't feel sorry because of where you are. Don't feel sorry because I don't feel good. Don't feel sorry, okay? It's a process. Everything is in time. But like I said, baby steps. You had to crawl before you could walk. And depression's no joke and not to be taken lightly. Anxiety is the worst. When you walk by and you think it's about everybody else. What are they thinking about me? Is there something on my face? Did I do something wrong? Does that person like me? You don't need to be liked by everybody. The friends that like you for who you are will stick by you. Laws of attraction. So please, I cannot stress this enough. Just love yourself. Permission to heal. Talk about it. Get a support group. There's a bunch of numbers you can contact now. I'll throw things up in the description. If I even get to help one person, this video has done its service. I hope you can understand a little bit about me. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And remember, it's not going to happen overnight, but in time. But the momentum will come to you. I promise. All right. Take care.